Barcelona, especially when no Levante fee na or Barcelona bobuku. So first half I knew me ye den de Barcelona no anya me nwanwa bebre. Ba na mo gidie se Barcelona fo no betima bounce asa ba betete. Last season, ade ba kwa na ma Barcelona hunye hu pa na ye say. Na o ka clubs are from losing position. Omutimi sa be je no mu winning game na Barcelona e ka hu bi wo Europe. Sa woni Barcelona esi akan na referee ne mpombo no. Na wo se wa hye Barcelona nti utirimu ba be ye ode no. Na ba setimi free losing position e be je game no. So after say Barcelona na omu trailing by 2 goals no. How omutimi bounce ye e betete ka na be ye ni 3-2 no. E tell the mentality of Barcelona. And yedi kin a say football ne de. Enye tactics enkwa na ye football aspects. Your tactical aspects, physical aspects, mental aspects. And this aspects ni nyina kabum ana matim ye kasa wo ye strong. And this woni Barcelona ba bisia. Na wo se Barcelona tumpokwa na nam se omo sa mental toughness. Omo that self belief and confidence no. Untimi nka se game ni over. Ombetima gada sa momentum na sa bounce back. So ade ba ko a ewo Barcelona team no under Hansi Flick. That mental aspect or me grow in confidence only omu kushia na so omu pokra na untimi nka se game ni over. But ken ade ba ko about Barcelona ni yese. Barca yebo boku a opa akosoro ba form. Yen attack in your problem. Yen she goals in your problem. The first game was 3 goals. The second game was 3 goals. Barca about just 2 games e La Liga e away. Barca nya 50 attempt to score. In just 2 games, Barca nya 50 attempt to score. And every single game be our La Liga no. Wetimi ama 6 goals, 3 goals each. So say yen creating yen she goals ni die. And said that yen major problem e de ma Barcelona. Last season na Barcelona edge league no. Barca di 88 points na je. Na o ka teams a omoje more points wo fia. Na nya Barcelona. Na ye Real Madrid ni Atletico Madrid. Omunya more points wo fia SM Barcelona. But dear Baku wa Barca pa last season no. Aye the number of points omoje no away. Last season na Barca edge trophy no. E was Spain no. Barca accumulate more points away than say or accumulate wo fie. Ani a new season I say Barca 2 games were away when you 6 points. And the away matches, from last season, basically this season, Barca say away supremacy no more so. Because anka team biano or G Liga who expected say points about accumulating don't wanna be a fee. But in the case of Barcelona, on only G League last season, or more points were away than home. And the Asian League as a for the first 2 matches were away, wakwa just 6 maximum points. So idea Barcelona in the last season say away matches no ya no or say twaso. By problem Barcelona hame kakrani say. Barca kwan yo mo fa so concede goals ni bi wo ho a e wo so mo correct. In as much as omakwa we akwaje 3 points a difficult grounds no. How Barcelona concede goals no ha adwen. Ken Barca okosoro ba forma Hansi Flick say ne high line no on sesa no. From last season wa me nyina agi atum say high line ne e friend high line no on sesa no. And in football your idea can say mechanizing of defense. In mechanizing of defense you were high, you were low, and you were medium. In the case of Barcelona, in mechanizing of formu defense, Hansi Flick are up to say Obeko for the high line. And so what's Obeko high line? It was football any problem. Name mum sa high line be effective. How be effective using the principles of high line very well. And it's what's about high line? One principles are high line very effective. Ni say when there was a club ni bebree. Yen lusu balls ni bebree. The moment abe lusu ball no opponent ni nya turnover de be how. Enti say o ball high line yen turn lusu ball. Then again say un lusu ball na o players number for me the high line that's for line defensive line no. Making sure say omo recovery rate e wo soro. And was say wunya goalkeeper or ye sweeper. But in the case of Barcelona recently goals now omo concede with omo high line ni nyina no. How omo lusu possession is very poor. So what check enu game na e call so Nano Saturday game against Levante. Levante nim say on team BM ne Barcelona nsi akai. So the only thing a Levante be na say, I was city up in a 5 back. No making sure say or force Barcelona more push back forward. 4 back, 5 back no be push forward no. Anytime be more expect say on be use counter. And e dey beat Barcelona bo boku no. Enti game na e call so nimpokra no. Levante enya counter attack nko amiensa. E wo game nim. Enemu 2 Emma Barcelona for nya goals, Levante for nya goals. Because Barcelona kwaya no mo fa so lose balls na very poor. And last season ye ba be real league no na ha Barcelona. So ye be run new season obi expect say Sadio no betima correct by ya start twa season ase ya say who the same thing which I believe e was some working on. Then again, how our Barcelona boku no omo defenders no omo recovery rate no question mark e wo ho no e ya doso dodo. Sanka wo bo line who expect with defensive line say and come recovery rate be wosoro. Let's not forget the new goalkeeper of Barcelona, onye sweeper goalkeeper. Sweeper goalkeeper in the sense say Sanka obi te say Manuel Neuer. Another Barcelona goal post ni ma onim say opponent ni ebiti omo defensive line na Manuel Neuer no e sweep obetima ba ba clear by one guy say no afena all grow to be a sweeper goalkeeper and it's a ball ni beat Barcelona defensive line na ebe ha Barcelona bo buku no but you know Barcelona akwa away mienu akwa get 3 maximum points no a good start for Barcelona team no. Okay. Madrid akwa away ko we need 3-0 against Real Oviedo.
Kwame ense Facebook ne chekwa no so asen abanti. Okay. Betman say John Wolo. Lawson TV ewo Facebook no so enso ewo moment television no. Okay.
Madrid akwa away akwa ko we need 3-0 against Real Oviedo. Me share opposition no. Madrid first game o boy wo fie. Na me ni nje Real Madrid kwan omo fa so ebo ball no ho unse omo ball no mo first game structure ni very good but na Real Madrid for entimi break opponent in a defensive line enti ball na Real Madrid boy ni nyina no against Osasuna onya just one big chance enti ade ani expect Real Madrid won the second game ni say Real Oviedo for ni be defend na sa Real Oviedo for ni defend a kwan ba esu na be move etimi nya sa chances na wo pe no but dia me hu ni say it seems that Real Madrid for esuon omo lessons kakra. So playing against Real Oviedo, Real Madrid for move from positional rigidity to positional flexibility. Omo first game no boy, now omo start no static. As a players near confined to a straight position. Now omo move bebre into omo ntimi create enough spaces. By playing against Real Oviedo, say Real Madrid for Jeba, e to de be abo hu man Stantuano. Say we free the right wing, abese mfimfin ho. Ube hu Fedi Valverde. No akwa left wing go ube hu abranti e friend say eye Tchouameni no move into spaces and to drama the 4 players ni move around that e create fast spaces no look at the first goal now Mbappe share no hwe kwan Real Madrid for far so enya that space hwe ball na abranti friend say Adagule e pass the command Mbappe o 10 ye e the ball ni kwato atenim no na eye classic move and ye can say positional rigidity positional flexibility omo move around players ne try say ombe circulate na etimi yi opponent ni free omo position na creating spaces ne dia ma Real Madrid bobuko no I believe omo grow ye and omo sua de from omo first game no omo boy no so playing against Osasuna Ken Real Madrid nya one big chance enya just 5 shots on target by enra game no otimi nya 4 big chances e wo game nim e throw improvement omo nya ye and Mbappe form no e very good for Real Madrid but dia ba ko a e wo say Alonso ne Mbappe kasa ne ye say Mbappe spending more time inside the box so benya more goals. As a watch a Real Madrid game now, more time Mbappe outside the box. And to omo attack here, on try so go inside the box more, be man go and no cry ba ko pe. Tchouameni form no wom no e wosoro. Ye be end this season last season. Ana ball na Tchouameni e bo no. The here ne say obegina na so and playing against big clubs obetima performing. Oko Englander. Na no Saturday, okay your question of the day no. Ubusa ye say Man City ne Spurs when they make a difference. Me catch us say bobo game ne wie no. They make a difference. Thomas Frank. Because asem ne chiro. And the reason why I'm kind here say. Nansen Spurs o mutimi Manchester City nyina no. The tactical brilliance of omu coach. And Postecoglou ba kwache Pep Guardiola. Now anom no because of the tactical brilliance of Postecoglou. So going sa game no. Now uko Etihad no. How ana Thomas Frank be first was hye ne nyoma. And never went to my friend says Spurs. And the first thing on Saturday me catch on here say me expect Bentancur, Palhinha, and a Papi sign in the midfield. Sa players me and say we bon fin edema Spurs are. Omo ni nye typical creators. Omo mbobo to say James Maddison. By sa obo Papi sa, obo Palhinha, na obo Bentancur. Omo ye ball protectors. Omo ye security in the midfield. Omo ye serial ball winners and omo ye distributors. Manchester City pay control won finfin ho. Enti sa oni ikosia kan na wonya midfielders on betima battle ma Manchester City midfielders enye comfortable ade bi omo ho be kire omo. Enti sa wo check game nimu a Mamush, Tijani Reinders, Sheki. Sa players nya enye comfortable to create omo chances no omo pen. Because of the kind of midfield stability omo dey buy.
Na Kwame ene dia na mejetum coach bi tactical yi. Na won goalkeeper yɛfɛ ne sɛn James Trafford do ye deɛ sɛ we deɛ mfa go ayi wo keeper pa wo ye we deɛ sɛ keeper na ma mo lose game
Pacho hwan na ma o mo press high
anti pressing na
so
James Trafford is sana wasana
oh sanka can't what this happen channel
I don't know mama take them
send the coach peg decision this structure Spurs for structure way and your coach instruction
oh yes
me did you say
yes.
Goalkeeper James Trafford a pass no your mistake by the pressing of Spurs was very important to give me and check it that relationship between Abrante Fense Kudus Richarlison and Johnson that chemistry
I didn't say no game there Papisa Papisa or you too much
solid guy
as a man 5 year man so the ball on a star and your February but or you key or
okay UEFA Super Cup or a boy no boy
no team no na or you player
no creme
or you very good player
so me to say goalkeeper ni a mistake by Manchester Spurs for no omo pressing now we check your first goal now how omo ye turnover no that transition from defense to attack and it's a we check Thomas Franka okosia teams are omo possess same ono ni team or proper strategy just to protect their boss and what Ficaria
okay
Spurs for goalkeeper and so made some wonderful saves.
Yeah.
Manchester City for their chances by goalkeeper and so yeah wonderful saves. Manchester United and again. Me catch row now no say omu lusu ye be ball mabaso. By Manchester problem no me ensa. One consistency, tactical improvements. And Tiankabo no mo against us na and come to us and playing against Fulham
first 5 minutes pa me hwem United.
On the first 5 minutes no the plan was to go direct in Buemu and Acuna. By baby Omulusu game was their midfield.
Me don't say you ever see Mbappe.
And Manchester
United.
I have some case pa.
Manchester United.
Say performance never to a problem. Or Ben na the China.
So lose 15 matches. And what win 7.
And what draw 7?
About draw 7.
29 games, 28 points. On me average even 1 point per game.
But we club can see you. And was in Kabia, Southampton beer.
Ken, with all due respect, Brentford now Bonidino say, and ne say kids ASR the number pamono. Sunderland, so we are record we are pamo. Even the relegation teams. So could that record no ye pamo a sackable statistics and results and a Rubin Amorim with all due respect. You see, Gary Neville, Obekasa social media so was media space anymore. Oh Gary, come on to Wasa. Now Wasa of Valencia. Meboa. Gary Neville. Oh, we need 10 games of Valencia. Olusu 11 pe. And yes, Wasa. And ye pamono. This man. 15 losses. Watcha Gary Neville Diano crack. Still, he's still at post. Now Ruben Amorim asam die. Me die maka quite to say asam no kra no ehia wo kra chan Manchester United for no because me I don't get some of the decisions they are taking. What did me show you say? One thing I observed, she say can't ubenya Manchester United for president no Eddie Amamia. Her time a Casemiro jinane na so pa. Na Madrid for bobola. Casemiro, Toni Kroos, and Luka Modric. Esan Luka Modric and Toni Kroos, omunya dia wo pressing. Now one dini what to press you know. Sad time no. Now when you na Zidane and Carlo Ancelotti na moye. Madrid there press ya. Casemiro no in number 6 no. Or no move from number 6 to go and press. In their pressing, Casemiro operates as a number 10 those days Madrid. Because Casemiro had the strength to do that. But Casemiro, I have my doubts. Because and I measure game no. This is Manchester United pressing. Casemiro and Cunha and pressing the midfielders of Fulham. Nature say Omeja Bruno Nkwang we chire ho. Now, Bruno now we jan we chire Bruno yet sepeka number 10. Now, you can push a creative midfielder to be a number 6, number 8, no problem. Name up, he will always be exposed. Sebani defensive instincts. Into yes, Bruno Fernandes can control the game. Ube Jan one number 6 was say, yeah, but yeah, Casemiro Kunen Bruno Fernandes entering catch, he can control the game. But game be air Koswa defensively, he will be affected. Ebe show. And you want say Alexi will be far ball na okoye cross no. Now Bruno Fernandes no ni Emil Smith Rowe na Gina Fako. But defensively, his awareness was not there. And you know the fault. Because or a typical number 10. And ordinary coach na 8. Or bebo, but no mistakes will happen. Yeah, move him. Almost someday are not a hard game. Real Madrid. Kylian Mbappe. Me were different opinion, kakra. Me will say Madrid, Simuno Ankasano. Mbappe is scoring goals, but where they are not comfortable, they say. Team in a footballer, they don't see Kylian Mbappe in the box. Is there a reality or a myth? The last 2 games at Madrid have, first one against Osasuna, Ken. Mbappe, you game na ball 71 times. Only 10 out of the 71, and then Osasuna for penalty box anymore. Let's say 71 touches, you know. Don't wanna na ball outside Osasuna for penalty box, you know. Into 61 times, nenye inside the penalty box. Now, weekend against Real Oviedo, Nanka ball 69 times. Ken 69, you know, 3 pet and 99 ball. I won't go for the penalty box anymore. And see, if you are interested in numbers, facts, dear, you cannot share your opinion. Nature say from the last 2 games, it is true. Say Kylian Mbappe, the presence of a box in the any hot. He is having least touches of penalty box anymore. But in the same last 2 games, he has scored 3 goals. And see, what we cannot deny is the fact to say Kylian Mbappe, no, they be only box anymore, but he will give you the numbers. Say Madrid for per day. Do they need a traditional number 9 who is always available? A box in Imuna born in Bertono, and answer they need a number 9 who will give them goals. Because Kylian Mbappe, he cannot never be Haaland. Onye Haaland. Onye strikers na de biano work ball ne famano. Ye be game na Kylian Mbappe 9 ka ball say ya. Ne be ka say Kylian Mbappe the 9 ka ball 20 times, 19 times. Onye sir, he will never do that. Haaland are you comfortable with that? The 9 ka ball ni bebre. Ye be no ashe goal so you okay. So Mbappe can never be Haaland. No, he will never be. He won't be that. Mbappe Ankasano, we all know, say, Mbappe is original and now 2018. He was operating where? From the right wing. When I France number 9, it was Olivier Giroud. Ne ball over the years, Nina, they be our prepare say, open number 9. No, they be he works around the number 9. Into they be no open say, or running into the penalty box. He is not the number 9 who is always available. So Madrid would have to work around it. It is a winger for now, answer number 2, number 3. And he saw foul ball. I mean, locating Mbappe. He will never do that. The number 9, no. Madrid should find a system to shoot the number 9 because that guy, he will give you goals or your goal machine. Dear Tosibio, Barcelona. Ken, a high time we should accept the fact to say Barcelona highline no mubono. They will concede chances irrespective of defender. The best 4 defenders the way we are saying. From Jina Barcelona team, no, they will concede chances. Because a high risk game no mubo. I have seen people criticizing Pau Kubasi and saying Inigo Martinez before the respect last season. Inigo Martinez obre Pau. It has nothing to do with Inigo Martinez system, no. Emo opponents, any chances be brave. Name last year difference a woman say opponents say chances par against Barcelona or goalkeeper no and the year saves. It's one thing we cannot deny is the fact to say senior Barcelona for C1 opponents may create chances be brave. Let's accept that. Now, say opponents share Barcelona goal. One thing we can also not deny and say comebacks ebesi bebre. Into the see no. Enya wawa. Name me concern ne say me far line up no. I was curious to watch Marcus Rashford. What me here? Rashford upper left wing wo bopa. Na left wing wo no. Debiano opese Debiano original line wo he's creating the wave. Brony say. Inti ball no more bar. Na otete line when to the ball ne manual. Not the ball ne pia. The opponents na Oceano no. Into a traditional number 11 for Nibia. Name at Barcelona ya moye ball sa. Me pa chwa say Barcelona ball omo money sa. Now because of Alejandro Balde, the left back of Barcelona, onu ne creative width. Into Saoya Barcelona team player now ball from the left winger. Where you man say you are playing as an inside number 10, not the traditional 11. Because Alejandro Balde, Barcelona ya attacking now. Onu ne be more for the traditional 11. Into Marcus Rashford na me share say inside ho obetimia bana. And now no okobo number 10. I was not impressed. Now, me who say Rashford owo niema bebre sua Barcelona ball he. So ball inside 10 and na ma Hafinha say no see ball no heading for Barcelona to get his replacement. What the ball na man was inside wha 2 or 3 players around you. How do you control the ball, get the ball into dangerous places? And what Marcus Rashford didn't see me. Now I don't blame him because any style no. He's learning, but he needs to learn quick. They told to be me yankofon kwa mo defending one. They were defending in 5. Now a highlight catch ye nyina say they be am catch say Barcelona the only player betim ye break it teams low block Dani Olmo. Hafinha tried, he couldn't kamenya. Kofonom kogu echire no. At any point in time, what you say, there are spaces. Number 10 were one number. Ebia Dani Olmo in the first half was available. Barcelona could have taken advantage of that. Well, can't wait, let's move on. Dear Tosubiu, Manchester City. Manka want somebody and for me pa na. I say City were problems, but ye jai can't of wadie. Here, Ken. Highline na City so airborne. Problem City one is say. Yan found Rico Lewis as right back. 2025 John Stones new Ruben Diaz. And Fambo Highline with all due respect. Now I am saddened by the comments of Pep Guardiola say also on Sasa. It is not as if people are criticizing the system. The system is not wrong. Name of the individuals in the system are absolutely wrong. Because clearly, Pep, time will be a bobo at Manchester City Chibiano. Now Pep Guardiola struggle. Now highline idiot. Jemini say, based on 3 thematic theories. The first theory of highline is say, one, your let's say pressure winning what see high pressure game winning what send your opponents no enya which more born in front to which Manchester City pressing at the saying a weak. Point number 2, I was so when you sweeper goalkeeper James Trafford Otimia Sana Derby. Point number 3, I was so defensive line, no. I was so more coordinated communication. If Baku step forward, OBA didn't kind to say the enkane, na Inigo Martinez ne Pauku Basi Ayen. The communication was good. At the Manchester City centre back doing that, they are not doing that. And I am wondering why Pep keeps on doing that. Say idea, City was struggle. They thought to be okay. Mohamed Kudus, Saturday me catch her say.
Okay.
Players are it's semi Manchester City pano Kudus eka hubi. And now wasan so ko rat simwa semi Manchester City. Na me can say be the actual say. You start a game no. Na only ain't nori. Na I say e mo den kakra. But timer ain't no referee one could start this oba game. You know why? Na Tanaki only sa one day no. Na dey ba ko ameniji Kudus one say see me a City ni I am me a very plain. James Trafford never saw man a red card. Okotu ni 90 ya Kudus. Na no kra nyama sam bonus also ball goalkeeper nensa e was outside the penalty box. That was
I'm demon say in the chest.
Oh debi eyazan omu hwia Tottenham for ne pa. Me won say me am for City akofa penalty bi aba say omutia City player. Now please, James Trafford should have been red carded. So I loved Kudi's thoughts now for one fast ball, but they took advantage of Manchester City's game. Newcastle ne Liverpool, they made me can say we all know say Newcastle for team Liverpool for a Premiership, but let's not also forget to say the last time they played in the EFL Cup final, Newcastle won. Name and now no 9-10 minutes Newcastle ne Aston Villa. Their miem shame say Aston Villa. Kwanzaa, any red card on the 66 minutes. Newcastle for they don't have striker Antonio Gordon, and they have you Barnes more create chances, but they are unable to score. And then one thing we can always say for a fact, and say Newcastle will chase Liverpool for.
Okay,
they will chase them with proper pressing. But if they create the chances, how clinical no mobile?
One way sabe ba nchakura.
Say you can near some because no say clinical. Oh, and now I enjoyed their game against Aston Villa, but a draw him wa now a problem.
But that's say.
But I know a game we would want to watch.
Liverpool, Newcastle.
Flowing faith, you know, he's going to meet guys who threw me kappa.
For Landvich, British transfer, hold on, here's a record hold on. 2 matches were here, papa. Now once Liverpool for no, among come players as them. So, Sankobo team for Frobia. Now, Omo Bompa say, take him only be failing. Or more Liverpool supporters. Okay. Biggie, Ken, Yenim Gomokakrana, Brena, Bepacho, Enche, draw the Baba, Biggie didn't come on, Biggie Uncle.
Can Mamesha from Manchester United? Say Manchester United bought first game of the season against Arsenal. Now she born now United boy. Now United lose here. Supporters are going to pardon you until on Saturday. Ubisa me about Manchester United. Me catch us omo nkonko bonche. So omo ko bono mu hwe wi ai beba ba de be ka ho asem. But unfortunately Manchester United ntimi anhye. There were certain players omo performance on the day anhye da nkoye. But some players no performance on the day ankoye no. Me will be a medesubo be bebono me de bebo coach Ubi na Amorim. I am saying this because Amad Diallo in the game against Arsenal, no, Manchester United, one of their best players. But Amad Diallo, the game against Arsenal can one started or in the second half. Adiaba Kwame who Amad Diallo who say when you are playing teams like this, now the Amad Diallo back game in the second half, pace. He's a very good dribbler. It's the Omra game in the second half. No, now a lot of the players are worn out. It's Amad Diallo for ball now waiting the pace and in the dribbles. Obeti me torment dismantle a lot of defense. No operate the Manchester United na neman konkan e dia mom. But unfortunately, after that game, the game against Fulham, coach didn't decide to obey start Abrante no. He had a very bad game. And then Namso and Afi Abrante into film. Coach in the film did Diago Dalobam. One Manchester United needed to make changes. Casemiro performance not that bad. But time and Manchester United they changes, you know. Now you must be expected to say, Ken. So we got a performance in Yampoa, at least. If you are taking out Casemiro, we got a game in him because defensively, Obabwa Manchester United Bobo Kono. But coach na nyasa change, you know. Or you free no. No, the an attacker ebem or the Sesco nebem, any problem. And or drop him Messi Mount. And then never Bruno Fernandes on in theater point. Now Messi Mount ni Bruno Fernandes and about 6 and 8 for Manchester United. How possible is this? Bruno Fernandes, enemies in Mount. About Manchester United 6 and 8. It's a midfield nibe weak for Manchester United, especially in defensive areas. And at the time I was at Manchester United, they defended. It is how you coach. That's how make these kind of decisions. Ne we are saying that team ni lose ya. When you blame Lebemau. Manchester United started game in the war. In the first 10 minutes, they played like how they played against Arsenal. They created 2 big chances. Unfortunately, Oman Timi and Shemubia. At that time, they are not able good football to win. That is very true. But on the days I almost good football, no, at least as a big club, I was also making sure so to me a share. And for the Bruno Fernandes situation, they can you move young can was MBM. Ruben Amorim Nikita Manchester United. The only few say, oh yeah, Bebuano. On ye. At the end of the day, if you go to or not. But as we speak there, performance and uncle ye. But on Kai say the honeymoon period is over Manchester United in penny for supporters by judge, very well based on the performance of the Manchester United team this season. May I happy for Victor Gyökeres? Seriously speaking, say Oko to team to say Arsenal.
I had a chance, Cisco.
So far, there, yes.
What you Cisco?
Oh, of course. And one expectations and they high in it looks like so will be a unity frame. Now, no other attention in the spectacles in the KTK. So,
just a Wakoja Panatinable.
Ken, last time I can say, I was a player in the Tiasia no more the man. For him to be able to settle well, I was Arsenal Bobo. Arsenal turn out to Gyökeres. Arsenal supporter be him say, Omo how Cassia pa and a player and a barber solve it. It's a problem Cassia with team. If someone is brought in to solve the problem, Nasa dia be buana mana settle well went to me and yam famana, a baby as now will happily. Yenny penalty in him. The confidence with which he played in the first game against Manchester United, sorry to use this word, he was useless. Useless because a born ankasa, no to be moving. Passes not a problem. Defensively, Manchester United defense they handle very well. But in the game against Leeds, now me show Arsenal looking at the kind of performance. Me won't say Leeds Everton. Leeds United team they dynasty. But Arsenal needed to get that convincing win. No, they send the signal, they might other teams, no. And no, baby, Gyökeres, a PK ball on the free, on the first goal anymore. The penalty in the buy, now because the penalty gave him that confidence. But getting that goal alone before a penalty in the beba, I'm on the man as our body account. I am very sure, say, pressure be free. So, and the kind of celebration, I was celebrating the time when you're on the first goal, they might ask now, now, Ube Philly. Ediama player no, and that makes me very happy for him. Arsenal being the contenders, no more here a statement to win to tell the other clubs in the Premier League said they are in to do something, and Arsenal did extremely well by getting the 3 maximum points. Okay, moving on. AC Milan, unfortunately, the first game of the season, one team and you win. It is against Cremonese. You are going to wonder, say, na Cremonese, they are then over behind AC Milan. AC Milan were a lot of quality in their squad. More players bebre. More man and more sropa. And so here game now. AC Milan only played well. But Cremonese if only came to win the game. Style AC Milan set it up. Sana Cremonese also set it up. But defensively, no money is solid and better because Omo feel say Omo city deeper. AC Milan and Fabon and Tata Omo. O the born Tata be making sure. Say you be defending ye. Attacking channels of AC Milan, now your Pavlovic side on them. Omo peke ball now. No more making sure that these two strikers, Bonazzoli, and David Okereke, are closing down every passing lane. It's bono, pressure beba also, so one call longer. Upia the man Stupignana, Adiaba Kwame who and say Estupignan. Elaine Nana or Dano, only Christian Pulisic. That kind of connection that players being here, no matter me are working on the flank, the binyam. These are two quality players, but they need some level of understanding between them. And some performance a beko yeno, etimia koye barman who sad yeno, ewomo. AC Milan create chances now. Na Santiago Jimenez, a striker I love so much, who started very well with AC Milan, can now ultimate more chances in front to AC Milan Bobo Kono. One bright thing I saw in the AC Milan team was Luka Modric. The older the better. When it comes to touches in the game, only now the fifth most touches, 89. But about progressive passes, I had the most progressive passes in the game. It is say mobile and he was doing it better than everybody. And the kind of experience and the quality of the buy, it is good. I can't say understanding Kakabe any more. Now AC Milan attackers, Christian Pulisic, any whoever partners him, to me actually goes to the Ama team. But Roman yes, I did now. Ken in 24 say yet Tiabeti and Nani Chimuano. Okay. League number 1 share, Ubo 2 share. Ne Brene Kwana Aircono. Time being our best normal results and the pressure be back coaching so and I feel that they have to work on that and start getting the goals. They did well, but the better team in terms of tactics and system won, which was Cremonese. Good luck to them next time.
Me da say Biggie. Me say about so biem. Ye baba besia be di quarter corner house game no. E won komo bebre and goal stars and omo ye champions e top 4 no. But mama for we into that ye nua na fi others na na fi or your driver edema ye CEO